Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to this spectacular event. And before we start our activity today, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Adelia Agustin. Just call me Adele. I come from Winsai Purwokerto. And in this occasion, I would like to explain to all of you, but not just explain. Let's discuss together about why moral education is so important to learn by a student. Anyone agree? Okay, let me start with the definition of education. Education is a prime important in every individual lives. Education is often looked upon as sole key to a bright and comfortable future for any child. According to many experts, education can be defined as through process through which learning is facilitated. There are many benefits or reasons why moral education is important. All we know that moral education helps one to distinguish between right and wrong. It gets reflected in one's personality. It helps in building a good personal and professional life. It helps to eliminate problems like violence, dishonesty, jealous, etc. from one's life. So, on this occasion, I would like to explain to all of you about the importance of moral education for students, such as teach us about cooperation, independently, and learning to make a decision, a great decision. So, in the speech, we are going to talk about what is the moral education and what is the benefit of it that make it so important to learn by the student. So, stay tuned. Okay, before we start to explain the main point, I would like to tell to you about this point will be divided at 3 main points. And the first one is about teaching about cooperation. Okay, why teach us about cooperation is become an important one because cooperation is a skill on which the entire future of humanity depends. And this skill is not just something that the child would need it's her of his life, but always need it as long as we live. And the second one is because common skills should teach. The cooperation is communication skill that we need in term working, negotiation, sharing responsibility, and etc. And the last one is indication of success person and who are able to have to be a cooperative person. Okay, the second reason about teachers about working individually. What? Cooperative but independently too. Yeah, it's exactly right, because we have to learn working individually because sometimes it is important for an individual to learn work in group. However, sometimes we are also must to learn to work alone. It can be difficult to persuade a child sometimes to do that, as one can have a strong social need during at the time, and sometimes it will be easier if we're doing something by ourselves. Maybe it will be faster, and then the result will be as our wish, and then etc. Okay, the last point is the indication of success person is we're able to work independent or become independent person, cooperative but independent too. Okay, we are entering the last but not least. Yeah, it's a last reason about why the moral education is important. Anyone would guess it? Yeah, exactly true. It teaches us to make a decision because it allows us the space to make mistakes and learn from them, because the experience is the best teacher, the best ever after. Okay, from the mistake we will be able to make a great choices. Okay, the next support thing about why moral education can make people have a great choices because explore our option. Sometimes people prepare the alternative solution and always realize the consequence of their choices. And the last one is indication of success person were able to make a great decision. Anyone agree with my argument maybe? Yeah, it's agree. Why you agree with my argument? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, the last sentence is a great one. The big person is person who are able to manage her or his own body. Yeah, it's great. Okay, thanks for the attention. After all of our discussion or my explanation, we can have a value about moral education, that moral education can be defined as a type of teaching through which children grow up to become good, civic, mannered, healthy, non-bullying, successful, behaved, and socially acceptable. Moral education is a very old field which is considered to be as old as education itself. The interest in moral education has been there even before the time of the early Greek thinkers. However, the focus of especially moral education has not begun until the emphasis of science and technology rose. There are many reasons why moral education is important, such as it teaches about cooperation, like we are discussed, and independently also, and also make a decision, a great decision. There is no perfect person in their moral. Oh, we know it, but we know that practice make it perfect. So the only one thing that we have to realize is about how important the moral education for students is. And the last one is make sure that moral education is being obligatory subject in every school, in every strata, okay? It's elementary, secondary, or maybe a college is have to learn about the moral education itself. Okay, I think that is enough for me. I'm so sorry for my deepest heart for any mistakes, and I hope that our discussion, my explanation will be useful to our life. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.